It's the Billy Revolution. It's up to you. Billy Revolution. Here's what you gotta do. The Billy Revolution. A quadrilateral grow. Under your chin, not in the center though. Cause it's the Billy Revolution. It's the Billy Revolution. It's the Billy Revolution. Billy Revolution. Welcome to the Billy Revolution. It is season 2, episode 3, and we are, because it's Family Day weekend. It's a long weekend for some people across the country, Canada. We are talking about parenting, of course. And the first thing I want to talk about parenting is buddying. And buddying is what a lot of parents seem to think is the way to communicate to people who may be in earshot that they and their child are buddies, close. And I think that it's good to think about some of the different messages that are being sent to the child, the buddy child. Now, for the people who just do it in front of others, and there's no buddiness outside of that, then the message to the child is that we have relationships, that we Facebook, that we Instagram, and that we have our reality outside of what we project to other people, which is maybe a reality for many people, and maybe isn't that harmful if one wants to continue living a life of projection. But I think one of the biggest things buddying does is it's a way of neglecting our responsibilities to children, for taking the guide initiative, for taking the boss, the leader, and I think that children notice this vacuum of authority, and I think that it means that children have more difficulty figuring out where they belong in the scheme of things. Another serious problem with buddying is that it's often a sign that the parent is craving something, needing something from the child. So rather than being the place the child goes to get something, the child is now something that the parent actually gets. So buddying, I think we should get rid of. Hey, buddy, it's time to go soon, buddy. Is that okay, buddy? I think if we get rid of that, we may have a whole different generation of children coming up, rather than the ones we have coming up right now. An extension of buddying that I think is really detrimental to the psychological well-being of children as well is happiness focus, and I think that happiness focus is especially detrimental to children when the responsibility for their happiness gets out of them, and mom and dad suddenly are the ones who are most concerned about the happiness, about generating happiness, and the child becomes this sort of passive receptor to the efforts of the parents. I think that there was a psychologist who theorized that we basically have our adult self and our child self, and that our adult self should be able to start being developed starting around 6 months. So adult, self-reliant, thinking of others, all those abilities can be cultivated starting in a child as young as 6 months. And when we don't do that, we end up with a child who's 20, 30, 40, 50, without any of these adult traits. And I think it's really important that children at an early age realize their happiness is up to them, that their attitude is up to them, and that's their responsibility. And I think we as parents need to give them lots of opportunities for failure, lots of opportunities to see what is the outcome when I decide not to take responsibility for my own contentment or happiness. Where does that lead? And rather than the parents writhing in sweats and anxiety, we need to have the children having those experiences. Now, certainly, parenting is much more than where the control lever is for their happiness and buddying. But we'll have a chance to come back and talk about issues such as the overprotective, the neurotic, safety neurotic parenting, and all those other types of parenting too. I think this family day, I hope everyone's had a chance to spend some quality time with their children, and that we can be philosophical and we can be critical about what quality time really means and how it could really be quality time. Have a great week. Thank you. You and I are quite alike. You drove your car, baby. I brought my bike. You know that it is such a funny game when we pretend we're just the same. David got an idea for a story months ago and just got so caught up in this creative force and just wanted to have this idea really fleshed out and really expressed, and he also wanted to explore it himself. He wanted to spend more time thinking about it, so it was a meditative process as well. This 160-page book he has now. Melinda wanted to win a writing competition. They're doing the same
It's
thing.
the Billy Revolution. It's up to you. Billy Revolution. Here's what you gotta do. The Billy Revolution. A quadrilateral grow under your chin, not in the center though, 'cause it's the Billy Revolution. It's the Billy Revolution.